Hey everyone, and welcome to the All Elite Zone podcast on YouTube and Twitch. We're here for our WCW Halloween Havoc 1995 reaction. Um, I will be joined by Mr. Jacobs shortly. But in the meantime, if you guys would like to join along with us, we'll be watching under Peacock. That's where we'll be watching the pay per view, or it could be on YouTube or somewhere else. Uh, But yeah, if you guys would like to watch along with us, that's where you can watch it with us. But yeah, let me get my Peacock up. But yeah, Mr. Jacobs will be on shortly. Takes a while to get this Peacock stuff up. Halloween Havoc. No, Halloween Havoc. Well, this specific one I've been talking about a lot, just for the fact of the ending of it, with Bobby Heenan being dramatic about Paul White being thrown off the building and stuff like that. You don't see that anymore nowadays. Like big dramatic stuff that happens, and then they talk about the whole entire night. WWE might, I feel like. 1995. I'm gonna hopefully try to start now. And if you guys been watching um, our WCW Nitro streams, this is what we've built up to. Like we're kind of watching it all in chronological order. Like we start with the first Nitro, and we just kept on going until it was pay per view. Watch the pay per view, then we'll keep on going through the Nitros. We would be reacting to Saturday Night Live or some of their other programming, but it's not on Peacock. Thunder is. We'll probably be watching that as we get closer to that. But all these intros for Nitro back then, you won't see any of these anymore nowadays. You'll never see this anymore unless it's like a flashback, like how NXT does like they bring back Halloween Havoc and In Your House and stuff like that maybe, but these type of intros and stuff you won't see anymore. It's fairly Halloween like in that time, especially with the Dungeon of Doom. So the main event of this thing is Hulk Hogan versus the Giant or Paul White for the WCW World Heavyweight Championship. Which before that was going to be a monster truck fight, showdown, whatever you want to call it. Stupid. Doesn't really make sense to do both back to back, but Tony Schiavone's on commentary. I noticed like on the Nitros, well, so far he's not on commentary for like Nitros, but he's on commentary for the pay-per-views. They were in Detroit, Michigan for this one. Bobby Heenan. He really knew how to make things interesting, for sure. But the next pay-per-view, if I'm not mistaken, should be World War III. It's where WCW had 3 rings, and it was a big battle royal. I can't remember how many people was in it, maybe 50, maybe more than that. But it wasn't like a traditional Royal Rumble. It was like everyone in the ring at the same time, and that's how it would start. But I remember watching. There was a lot of people in it. It's not like your traditional WWE Royal Rumble match. Flying Brian and Arn Anderson's attack Ric Flair. Hanging with some friends from Friends. Yeah, at this point, the new Four Horsemen's coming together. Tully Blanchard didn't come back. I think he was offered a contract to come back for this, but he declined the offer. So they kind of started a new Four Horsemen with Ric Flair, Arn Anderson, Flying Brian, and eventually Chris Benoit. Here's the Saturday night things. I wish they had these on Peacock so we could react to these. Have a good stage set up to have. Flying Brian versus Sting. That probably was a good match. Who knows showed? Romero. Johnny B. Bad. Oh, his one no showed. He had a flat tire. Mm. Oh man. He didn't have a phone to call. DDP and Johnny B. Bad had a lot of great matches together. Dumb. DDP is the one who did it, isn't he? Television. DDP versus Johnny B. Bad first. Yeah, Diamond Dolls and I think I know who wins this. I think it's. I don't want to say who wins this. David Pinzer's. He was the ring announcer for WCW back then. Also TNA. He's currently still in Impact. He left, but he came back in 2000. Well, during the pandemic, that's when they brought him back. It'd be good to get David Pinzer on here one of these days. We've had a lot of great guests on here. Our first guest was Brooke Havoc. She was on AEW and also with the Nightmare Family, Nightmare Factory. We've had ECW legend Sabu. We've had Alex Shelley. We've had Bryce Rimsberg from AEW. We've had Buddy Matthews from AEW. Who else? Got a few others, I believe. We'd love to get some WCW guys on here. It's really I won't say hard, but it takes a lot to get someone on. So I try to space it out to make it feel special when we do have someone on. But I'll leave in the comments if anyone's got anyone you'd like to have us on, and be reasonable about it too, because we couldn't get like someone like Stone Cold or Randy Orton or someone like that, but someone realistic that we could have on here. I mean, I feel like it's realistic we could get Kevin Nash on here. I feel like it's possible. But if you guys have any suggestions, you can leave it in the comments. Who's the guy on the outside with Diamond Dallas Page? He's got Diamond Doll, and who's the other one? I had a pregame show. Here we go. Starts with Tony Schiavone and Bobby DeBruyne. I recently met Diamond Dallas Page at Starcast. I didn't get a picture with him because I already had a picture with him, so I didn't feel the need to get another picture and pay extra money for something I've already have basically. But I got to sell my WCW flag. I've mentioned on here a few times. It's the old purple and gold or purple and yellow flag WCW. I got him to sign it. I've got the main ones. I've got like the big names is like Sting and Booker T. Kevin Sullivan signed it. Buff Bagwell, Tully Blanchard, and I believe JJ Dillon signed it. There's a lot of other ones who signed it too. Oh, Ron Simmons. I got him to sign it at Starcast as well. Nick Patrick. I met Nick Patrick once. He always had the kind of funny 3 count. I could see why he would do it. Yep.
All right, sorry I'm late, everybody. Sorry I'm late.
No, you're fine. It's still in the first match. Diamond Dallas Page and Johnny B. Bad.
Gonna be bad. Yeah,
This is match number 2. These two.
yeah. Because if you remember watching back on the past Nitros, they've had a rivalry.
Yeah. The was I don't remember. I think it was either a Nitro or Bash at the Beach when they went against each other. And this is their second time.
Yeah,
Like they had this like there was Saturday night and Johnny B. Bad was
yeah.
supposed to and Johnny B. Bad was supposed to go against Sting for the U.S. title, but he couldn't. He no showed, but his car
Yep,
broke down. His car broke down,
that's
and
what they say.
his car broke down, and then I guess the story is that Diamond Dallas Page took his tires off or something.
That's what. Yeah, that's like I've always
Yeah.
thought like Diamond Dallas did something to his car. That's all. That's what I've always thought.
Then Gene Okerlund told Johnny Bad he said you could at least called instead of no showed.
Yeah, I mean this was '95, and I think the first Halloween Havoc they had was what '89. I think that was the first one.
Oh,
But this is right around like the time where Eric Bischoff was coming into power. He was just about to come into power, and
yeah.
like about a year or so later, you will see the NWO. You know,
Bobby Heenan.
he was like the best part of the commentary team to me. Bobby Heenan was like the best part of that whole team.
The pancake.
Kimberly holding up a 10. You ever notice how Kimberly sometimes when DDP was in his hill run, Kim looked like that was the last thing she wanted to do was be by his side.
Yeah.
And people forget that DDP started late. Like he started like
Yeah.
in his mid 30s, like going into his 40s. That's when he started wrestling. And Johnny B. Bad, he's not. He's like a motivational speaker these days now.
Yeah, I listen to a lot of his stuff on his YouTube channel.
More power to him, man.
Yeah, I probably listen to those things every day.
And DDP, I mean, that goes without saying. He saved countless lives. He's prolonged lives.
Oh,
You know. Who is that dude? I forgot his name.
the
Max
referee.
Muscle? No, the dude that's on the outside with DDP.
Yeah, I was asking that.
I thought his name was like Max Muscle or something like that. Something had to do with muscle. Look at them getting into it. The ref in Dallas. Who's the ref?
Yeah,
Oh my god, what is his name? I totally forgot his name again.
Nick Patrick.
Yeah, Nick Patrick. He was so good.
I always thought Mike Chioda was one of the best in WWE.
Yeah.
Oh, Charles Robinson is pretty good. He's still with WWE.
Really?
Yeah, and
I
he
didn't
only
know he
got
was still there.
he only got signed because they bought out WCW. If they never bought him out, he would never have been there.
I had no idea.
Yeah, Mike Chioda, they released him. I don't know
Yeah.
why. I don't
Yeah.
know why AEW never signed him. He was on AEW at one time, but
Hmm.
wait, he came back this year, I think, for one match.
Was he released before or after the Plane Ride from Hell episode of Dark Side of the Ring? Because I know he was on that. He was talking a lot on that episode.
Uh, I think he got fired like the first wave of the the releases.
Yeah,
Is he the
yeah.
first or second one he got released?
But that was surprising though that he was released. That's surprising as hell
Yeah, he was
because
there
he was
since
there for a long time.
yeah for 20 years.
Yeah,
Hey, if he gets a call back, he'll probably go back.
probably so. I
I'd,
mean,
I'd probably do it because
the old
AEW is
man's
not.
gone. Come back.
I mean, AEW is not offering you a deal, so or if they have, I don't know. But,
I mean, that's what I'm saying. Though you think about it, like there's been so much talk about like okay, who's unsatisfied with AEW, who now wants to go back to
yeah,
WWE. I mean,
I already knew that
that's
was going to
like
be the talk once Triple H got
yeah.
back in charge.
I mean, because by all accounts, man, by all accounts, the main reasons why a lot of those releases happened were because of Vince. Triple H had nothing to do with that. Triple H was actually trying to
Yeah,
elevate those people in the company. He
yeah,
was actually trying to do that, but Vince put the stop to it.
yeah. Yeah, that guy, Nick Patrick.
And DDP shows everybody what he's gonna use to choke him out with, just telegraphing it all.
If wrestling had what is it they have in football, and they look back at the tape before every match.
Yeah,
A lot of these wrestlers
instant
wouldn't.
replay.
Yeah, they wouldn't make it. A lot of these wrestlers.
That's the reason why you don't see instant replay a lot as far as into the matches for refs to review in wrestling. I mean, they used to do that. I mean, okay, there's been certain storylines where that's happened, but it's like very seldom you'll see a ref change his decision on a replay.
I can't remember what match it was, but like the wrestler then won the match, but he just kept on beating on him, beating on him, beating on him. Then the referee just turned the match and gave it to the other person.
Yes, that was Bret Hart. I believe
Yeah, it was.
that was Bret Hart. I think
Yeah,
so. I could be off, but I'm pretty sure that happened to Bret Hart.
but he done won the match and then just kept on beating on him. That the referee just reversed it. I ain't never heard of that. Like you don't want them. Well,
I mean, because once the match is over with, it's in the books. I mean, the ref can't really make any more calls after that. But to have a ref say, "Okay, I'm going to reverse the decision because you won't stop beating them up after the bell," I mean, that makes no sense.
yeah. Uh,
They gave this match. This gave. I mean, this thing about this particular match, they gave it so much time,
yeah.
and and at the time, this storyline wasn't really important. It wasn't really a big storyline within WCW. It was kind of like filler.
This should be one of
But
the. I would be putting this in the world title contender, really.
yeah,
But yeah, so, yeah, someone kind of Trog. Uh, I don't know how to pronounce your last name, but Trog Hogan was the best money making wrestler in this time. Yeah, that's really part of the reason he's world champion and featured on.
what? Yeah. Well,
Oh,
this time, yeah, 95, 96, he was very bankable.
yeah, during this time, that's who they spent like when they first got on TNT, like Hulk Hogan, they signed Randy
Yeah,
Savage.
that was like the biggest name they had at the time was Hulk.
He's really just good at making you a lot of money. Well,
Yeah.
especially during back then with WWE or WCW, a perfect 10.
Is Johnny be bad off the top rope? You know that Johnny B. Bad was a Dusty Rhodes creation, the character itself.
I could see that. I didn't know that, but I could
Yeah,
see
that's true.
Diamond Dream. Uh, Billy
Oh,
Jeans, thanks for watching.
thanks for tuning in, man.
Penelope returned tonight. Yeah, I watched it when it came on. I thought she did very good, and she acknowledged Kip Sabian. So that's good.
Really?
Yeah, she
Huh.
acknowledged him. So I'm
Well,
well, like of course she would because she's married to him,
right.
but he's coming back anytime now because like even Pac acknowledged him 2 weeks ago on Dark. Because before, like when the wrestlers would come on, like they wouldn't even acknowledge he's there.
Yeah. I mean, I think a good. I mean, I think now would be a good time to pull the trigger on that whole Kip Sabian thing. I think it'd be a perfect time to just have him bring his new persona out. I mean, because obviously he's had a new persona in the works that
Yeah,
people are grabbing onto, and like I just want to see kind of like a not an end game, but like I want to see a payoff to this whole character that he's created. I want to see a payoff to it.
I think she might be joining along with him because she was kind of acting differently from when she left
Yeah.
and she came back, like a different kind of character. Or
Hmm.
like that's what it seemed to me, but it won't be for too long. He's either coming back any week now or at all out. He's coming back very, very soon.
I mean, like I think like if okay now if I was booking it, I would make it like impactful. I would make it huge. So I would bring him back at a pay per view.
Yeah.
That'd be like my first inclination, my first thing I would want to do. Like if you're gonna come back in a big bad way, do it in a pay per view.
Yeah, it's going to be any week now. It's not going to be long.
Yeah,
Oh, he
he
almost
kicked
had it.
out of it. That's what I'm saying. This match is being given so much time, more time than it deserves.
Oh,
Honestly.
hey, you hit that. You didn't. He didn't sell that. Oh, well, there goes DDP.
Oh,
Now,
see
now
that
you're gonna.
you see the
Now, he won. That was a
see
good
that you
match.
see that was good. I mean, Jeez.
You watch this match like this match is going to be better than the main event. Hogan and the Giant.
Yes, I do agree with that. Yes, I've seen this before, and I agree. This match is probably better than the main
The
event.
only the only good thing about the main event was Bobby Heenan and Tony Schiavone on commentary. I
Yes,
can't wait till it gets to that part. This is so dramatic, and
they made it. Yeah, they
uh,
made it sound so serious, but what you're watching was so goofy.
I've been talking about this since we started this podcast about how dramatic he made this.
I
Like
love that. I love it though. It's hilarious.
they made it like that man died.
Right.
He died. If someone would really, I remember last year at Money in the Bank they did that, and like they had the Money in the Bank on top of the WWE headquarters. I think
Yeah, and Rey Mysterio got tossed off. I think he
if he
was
got
one of
tossed off,
them.
he'd be dead. Anybody would be dead if they got tossed off a building.
Yeah, I mean, you're not surviving that. Not off of WWE HQ.
I don't like that spot because I mean we obviously know they're not falling to their death.
Yeah,
If they are, then
I mean, but that's
that
the same thing with the Giant and Hulk Hogan. I mean, like
yeah
as a kid watching it, you thinking, oh shit, he killed the Giant. But I mean, and then he comes walking out like nothing
yeah
happened. Just breaks it all. I mean, breaks the fourth wall and lets you know, hey, don't take it too serious. It's just a show.
yeah.
But yeah, I think it was Rey Mysterio that got thrown off the building first, and then I think Aleister Black got thrown off. I think it was Baron Corbin that threw them both off.
Baron Corbin.
Baron.
Corey Vinny. DDP is looking good in this one. Yeah, DDP looked very good in the match.
Yeah,
Yeah, that was a 5-star match. I give
and
it a
this is right
perfect.
before his face turn. This is right before he became huge as a face.
Yeah, I liked his TNA run. DDP.
Yeah,
I thought I thought they had a. Well, I don't know. I haven't watched all WCW of his matches, but in TNA, like everyone, like he was like their main star. Like that's what the crowd treated him like.
yeah.
I miss TNA. Well, it's still around, but Impact. But if AEW was never a thing, and
Yeah.
WWE was still like it was, I would probably watch Impact.
I
But
mean, watch
it's
wrestling, any way you can, as long as it's
it's,
good.
it's just hard to watch Impact really because it doesn't come on like any like streaming device. It doesn't come on.
Yeah, it's hard to find. You got to look on like for clips on YouTube, stuff like that.
Like I used to get the channel when I had Direct TV, but it was so expensive we had to cut the cord. But you got to pay for a specific package just to get that channel.
Wow, I didn't know that.
So, well, like they had this YouTube Insiders, like you pay $1 a month to watch it on YouTube, like live
Hmm.
streamed.
Yeah.
But I don't have time to sit there and watch ads. And then
Yeah.
I like Impact though, but I just feel like that they're losing more than they're gaining right now.
Yeah. I agree with that.
A lot of people are gonna, the Impact fans are watching this. I hate to say this, but they take 2 steps forward, 2 steps back.
And it doesn't have to be that way, though. It doesn't
Yeah,
really have to be
that's
that
it.
way.
I feel like it's their own fault. Like they brought W Morrissey in, Big Cass,
Yeah.
and then when his contract's up, they can't resign him. Then he leaves. Like that's with a lot of people. Like they had this is gonna sound really dumb, but Impact used to have Will Ospreay on their roster, and they never signed him. Like they only had him for one match, I think.
How do you not have him there and not sign him? How do you? I mean, like
It
that's like a. To me, that'd be like a no
wasn't just
brainer.
him.
Like,
Seth Rollins was on there.
yes,
Like
that's true. I totally forgot about that.
Shinsuke Nakamura,
Yeah.
Okada. But
That's
like
yeah,
Impact's
that's
still good.
true.
But I just feel like they could be doing better.
Yeah.
Like W Morrissey is a guy that they should have kept, or like done anything they could to keep him because he was one of their biggest talented guys, and has improved, since
Hmm.
he left WWE
Yeah.
and had a lot of you know drinking and problems like that.
I mean, yeah, they had his demons. Those demons that had to be fought.
It's kind of funny that he went to DDP yoga and now he's dating DDP's daughter,
Really.
and she's an no, she's in AEW. Yeah, she's in AEW.
Hmm. Good for him.
Yeah, I met him a while ago. This was it was like during the pandemic. I met him. He's really tall though. Like being on TV, he doesn't really look that tall to me. But
Yeah.
so yeah, Randy Savage versus Zobiak. Random match, but
Yeah, very random match 'cause they never even had a build to this particular match at all.
mm, that's what
None.
AEW. That's what AEW does. Stuff like the last pair, we had Anna Jay and JD Cargill just cut like one little backstage promo, and then bam, there's the match.
Yeah. I mean, at this time, the Macho Man had an angle going on with Lex Luger.
Yeah, should have done that match, but yeah, elbow. Hey, Jobs, they'll be out. That match didn't last long.
Not at all. That didn't last long at all.
Yeah. It was a It was a decent. It was a good match for Randy Savage. He got the show, got to do all his moves and stuff.
Yeah.
That's where the only
Give the
guy
people
that
what
can,
they want.
like the only person that can pull off Randy Savage is Juice Robinson. He,
Yeah, yeah.
he was he was an Impact, but he's New Japan now. But he doesn't look like him now. But like once he dresses up like him, he really looks like him.
He does though. That's crazy. Yeah, I've seen it.
And Jay Lethal's got a good uh,
Impression.
impersonation. Yeah,
Yeah, he has like the best one I've ever
but
heard.
like I heard Juice Robinson saying that like he wasn't even trying to look like Randy Savage, and he just came off that way. So he just ran with it basically.
I mean, I mean, like you look at like if you have a picture of them side by side, I mean, like you can see how one favors the other. You can see that
Yeah,
whether it's inspiration or unconsciously he was doing it. I don't know, but I mean, like to me, he came off like a super fan of the Macho Man when
yeah,
and there's nothing wrong with that. I'm a huge Macho. I'm more of a Macho Man fan than I ever was Hulk Hogan. So
yeah. WCW Hotline.
nine, well, yeah, 1-900 909 9900. That number is burned in my brain.
Phone number no longer active.
No, yeah, you notice how they crossed it. Phone number no longer active.
I bet people's calling that phone number and it's just something else now.
Yeah, I'm sure to this day somebody's calling it. It's like a sex hotline probably by now. But yeah, when you would call the number, I mean, you can like have a match on the phone. It was the weirdest. It was so weird. Like you press a number, it would correspond to a certain move,
Mm-hmm.
and you forget how long you were on there, and then you end up spending like 50,
Yeah,
50, $100 on there.
it's like $1. think it was like $1 and something a minute. It
Yeah,
showed like
you're on
when
there
my
for an
friend did it.
hour. I mean, you're spending
He
a lot of money.
like he wanted to talk to one of the wrestlers. He didn't. He it was one specific wrestler he wanted to talk to. He didn't know what he was doing. He didn't even know it costed money. So he's still in there for like 2 hours and ran up a $400
Damn.
bill. This was years ago,
Uh,
but
yeah,
and then when
man.
he didn't tell his mom or anything, but when she got the phone, she got the bill. She
She
said
found
she
out
said
then.
she said where did this come from? He said I don't know where that came from.
Somebody's been calling the wrestling hotline.
It was obvious he did it because I, he's got wrestling memorabilia galore.
I
Well,
mean, you know, it was kids doing it though. You know, it was kids
yeah,
calling the hotline. What adult would call a wrestling hotline?
I don't,
You
I can't
know.
remember like how old he was when he did that. He's in like his 40s, 50s now. Like this was a long time ago.
And you know, like those kids that are watching the broadcast and like, they jump on the phone. Okay, I'm gonna call, and they're not
Yeah,
even reading it. They just got the number down.
it says on the bottom like parents' permission, but
Right.
not every. They're not even looking at that. They're looking
Nope.
at
But they make sure to put the numbers really big so you can see them. But
oh
everything else
yeah.
is small print.
I bet they had a lot of problems with that. Kids doing that, get charged a high bill.
I'm pretty sure they did.
I don't want to see
you
this
see,
thing on the roof.
you see the guy in the background just standing between Tony and Bobby.
Yeah.
He's throwing punches.
Red Warrior Hawk versus who? That's how Hulk's arm used to be. Corey, Vinny, do you guys have a home phone still? No, I don't have. I ain't had a home phone in years.
Jeez, I can't remember the last time I had a home phone. I was in high school when I had a home
That
phone.
was years ago. Now, everything's just by a phone. That's if that is your home phone.
I've had a cell phone probably pretty much since I graduated high school. I haven't had a
Yeah,
landline in years.
it was just another expense, really. Just cut that out. And there's no. You got a cell phone. There's no need for a home phone.
Hmm.
I'm pretty sure some people do still, but
I mean, it's a lot cheaper to get yourself a good cell phone company, and it's a lot cheaper
yeah,
than paying a phone bill from a landline.
yeah. Like some people do both. It just costs them double.
Yeah. See, I think done the right way, Kurosawa he could have been a whole lot of a bigger threat. But I think like I don't know. I guess the way they booked him, you know, you couldn't take him serious really. But they had the angle when he hurt, you know, Road Warrior Hawk. But like I don't know. I mean, like it was like it's like the character himself kind of had like barely like any kind of room as far as like what kind of ceiling as far as like storylines and like title runs. At this time, I think they were like they had a deal going on with Japan that they would use some of their talent, and
Yeah,
WCW their talent would go over there.
yeah. I know Hulk Hogan went over there a few times.
Yeah,
I don't know if it was during this time or not, but
yeah. I think well WCW they had been doing that for a long time because I remember Mick Foley was talking about when he was in WCW. Um, back in like the early '90s and late '80s and stuff, they were doing deals with Japan back then, where Mick Foley would go to Japan as Cactus Jack, representing WCW.
oh man, someone posted this on Twitter. I hope this doesn't happen, but I could see it happening. Like Young Bucks need a tag partner. It's gonna be Johnny Omega. I
Johnny
swear,
Omega.
Johnny Elite, Johnny Nitro, Johnny. I don't know what his name. He can't make up his mind what his name is.
Johnny Omega. That's
I could
funny.
I could see that happening. I hope it doesn't. That's gonna be a. It's got to be Kenny Omega at this point.
I mean, that's what I'm thinking. I mean, who else could it be, really? I mean, like,
You
who
watch
else?
some.
Who 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 else would be like that? Has that chemistry with the Young Bucks?
You watch them. Like I played Johnny. I mean, I played Kenny Omega's music, and then Johnny Omega.
You
People
can
gonna
hear
be
the.
people gonna be pissed.
I mean, they're gonna lose their minds. You're gonna. It's like it's gonna be a sea of booze.
I like I like Johnny. Whatever he's called, Johnny. I like him, but I don't know about that.
I mean, I think there's a place for him in AEW. I think hell is he. I think there's even a place for him in Ring of Honor. Honestly,
Yeah, that's where I would use him.
yeah.
I don't know when they plan on starting that out, but whenever they do, like a lot of the people that they've recently signed, like Davari and
Yeah.
but the people that they've signed to AEW, I feel like they're going to keep them on AEW because why would you make them all elite just to transfer just to go full time in the Ring of Honor? But I think a lot of them will be doing double duty, like AEW and Ring of Honor.
Probably so, but the way I think, I mean, the way I see it, I mean, they have people, so many wrestlers working for them right now. They don't need to do that, but I don't know.
Yeah,
I'm not running the show.
but Tony Khan did say that he's not looking to make Ring of Honor a developmental territory. He wants it to be
Stand
competitive, just like
alone.
yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
But it'll still be like in in a sense still within AEW because some people will be
Right.
doing that would do like FTR, Collider Casanoli. But down the road it might have like a little invasion. But for the most
That
part, it's going to
sounds
be its own.
fun though.
But for the most part, it's going to be its own standalone. Like I'm pretty sure Ring of Honor will be advertising AEW and AEW will be
Hmm.
advertising Ring of Honor. But he's not looking to make it a developmental thing.
Well, that's
I
good
kind
to
of like
hear.
that. I
Yeah.
like that because yeah. I mean, I would have been fine if it was a developmental, but Ring of Honor's got so much history in that company that I would hate for it just to go to full developmental.
Hmm. I mean, I think done the right way. I mean, if they don't treat it like a developmental, I think if they treat it as if it's their own standalone company, I think they'll make more money. I think they'll flourish. I think you'll be able to see more wrestlers get time on TV that you probably won't see. I mean, I think done the right way, it could be nothing but a huge positive.
Yeah, I also hope they start up pretty soon. I think they'll probably have one more pay per view this year, and but I don't know if it's true or not. But they said that when Tony Khan bought the company, that there was some paperwork not finalized, and
Hmm.
Sinclair still owns Ring of Honor.
Yeah.
Like Sinclair or whoever that is, like a company, and Tony Khan both own the company. So I don't
Hmm.
know if that's even true or not. Like I hope it's not.
Well, I mean, if they're like okay, like if there are two different people running the company, I mean somebody has to. I mean, it's the way I would think is 50-50. Like
Yeah.
if there was two people running it, so Tony Khan has 50%, and let's say Sinclair's running the other half.
Well, Tony Khan was supposed to have 100% control, but there was some kind of finalized paperwork that was not finalized.
Hmm.
But I don't even know if that's true because like they put out some other stuff and then it's not even real and like
Right.
they said that Paige said that she would never go to AEW, but she even responded to that and said that she never even said that. She said that
Well,
she said that she's not interested in going to AEW right now, but she would like to go there. She never says she never go to AEW.
Yeah, and
Like
there's a lot of
they
people saying that it's the like. Yeah, I noticed that. There's a lot of people saying, "Okay, it's confirmed. She's going." I'm like, she
like
never said that.
they keep on twisting people's words around. Like they take what they say and make it their own.
Yeah, and that's what's so dangerous with when it comes down to like this whole community of wrestling fans and also
Yeah.
comment and people that do commentary and make podcasts and like
Mhm.
journalism. You can't just go out and just say certain things as if it's gospel. You can't do that. You can't just be like, okay, this is what I think it is, so that's what it is. You can't
Wait,
do
he
that. I
won.
mean,
He beat. Wait, who won this match? Because he's raising his hand.
Hawk lost.
I don't know why he's acting like he won.
It was some cahoot. I mean, some shenanigans.
It was a good finishing that movie.
Yeah.
I see what he did. I don't know why Hawk thinks he won. But yeah, there's a lot of like when someone says not to twist it around, and they do that with not even wrestling, like anything.
Anything, and that's the thing. People love to do that, especially if they have a microphone and a camera. They will
Yeah,
spit whatever they want out like it's the truth, and like so I'm saying, like you got to be careful doing that. You can't just go
just so
off
they can
saying
get
stuff.
just so they can get views and
Just so they can get views. I mean, you got to be
clicks on their
careful.
website. I'm not spreading out any because I don't even know. Like the only thing I know is what happens. It actually happens. I mean,
Exactly.
people
We can
can
give our opinions, but that's about all we have. We can't just say, "Oh, this is real. This is what's going on." We don't have any proof of it. All we have is speculation. What we read in dirt sheets, what we
yeah.
research. We can't just say, "Okay, this is definitely happening." That's unfair to say.
Like I will say that there is some wrestling news source that is reliable, like Fightful. I think they're the best ones. There's one
Yeah,
other one, but Ringside here lately has been putting a lot of false information.
and yeah, that's another thing. There are a lot of resources out there that spit out fake news, and it's hard for people to tell which is fake news and which is real news.
Uh,
And that's,
the,
I
au-
mean, that's the real deal. That happens, and and then people watch the fake news and spread that fake news, and it becomes like a forest fire.
uh, the one that was like he's like the owner of Ringside. He was caught sliding in the Anna Jay's DMs or something, and she exposed him on Twitter.
I never heard about that. Really, I never heard about that.
Yeah, like I don't know what it was. I didn't really dig into it,
I'm
but it was
surprised I
something
never heard
with
about that.
Anna Jay and whoever that guy is and John Stewart. The last time I
John
seen him,
Stewart.
last time I seen him at SummerSlam 2015 when John Cena whooped him.
Yeah, I remember that,
Well,
and
both men.
yeah, I remember that whole thing when John Stewart heel turned on Cena.
He he beat him up on SummerSlam at Sunday and the next day on Monday Night Raw.
Yep.
Like that was one of the that's probably the last good SummerSlam I remember. Well, like I don't know, there was another one.
What timestamp are you on?
I got a commercial. The Muppets. I'm at 4504.
Oh, okay.
Mr. JL. Oh, they're just going by JL now. I feel like
Oh
they
yeah, I remember this match. He's going to get Sabu.
Triple H is finally giving some of the wrestlers' names back. Like they're able to go back to what they were originally called. Like Pete Dunne is fixing to go be. It's fixing to be going back to the bruiserweight Pete Dunne.
That's great news. I
But
think they should make a cool way to do that. Like say, my name isn't Bush. I'm Pete Dunne. Damn it.
like when Vince was in charge, like you changed your name, and it's not like we don't know what they were called before. We're not dumb. Like they think that we're that dumb to not know that his name was Pete Dunne. We will. His name ain't ever been Butch,
Never.
and we know what
That
he
was a
looks like too.
that was a Vince McMahon and Bruce Pritchard creation right there.
Yep. Is that the original Sheik with him or
Yep, I think so.
oh
Shout out to Sabu, friend of the channel.
oh he hit him.
Sabu ain't playing though. He never does. Oh, you
So
see that?
he's swinging him everywhere.
The
So is the
Sheik
original
bump.
so is the original Sheik into the Iron Sheik?
That's his uncle. Yeah, his real life uncle.
And him the original Sheik is what to Iron like they're two different people, right? The original Sheik and the Iron Sheik.
Yeah, yeah. The original Sheik and the Iron Sheik are two different people. The Iron Sheik was a Vince McMahon creation.
So he's not kin to the original.
No,
That's what I thought. I knew Sabu was kin to one of them. But
he's
the
kin to
original
the
Sheik.
original Sheik. Yeah.
No, the Iron Sheik doesn't like Hulk Hogan.
No, he hates Hulk.
He,
Hulk
he
Hogan, you stupid jabroni, you Hulk Hogan,
I don't even
Mr.
know if he,
Vincent McMahon. He told me to. I'm sorry.
I don't even know if he's
I'm going into my impression of Sheik.
I don't even know if he actually hates him or what, but every day on Twitter he's F Hulk Hogan every day.
And Hulk Hogan, that jabroni,
Does he actually
he never paid me back for what he owed me.
talk? Is that like his real voice?
Yeah, this is real voice.
Ugh.
And Mr. McMahon, generous, kind sir, he paid me well, and I was champion.
Hmm.
But yeah, I think in real life, the Iron Sheik has like some real heat with Hulk Hogan. I'm not sure exactly what it's
Yeah.
about, but for some reason he doesn't like Hulk Hogan. Hulk Hogan doesn't have a problem with him. Like for real, like Hogan, he's like, I'm not sure why he doesn't like me. I was like, well, I'm pretty sure. I mean,
Like every day it's something. See right here, 14 minutes ago. I never loved someone the way I love to beat the F out of that Hollywood blondie jabroni Hulk Hogan. 14 minutes ago. Hashtag
he
Monday Night Raw.
jabroni, he jabroni, he not better than no Iron Sheik.
He he hates him. Like every tweet's almost about him every day.
I put him in the camel clutch and make him humble. I love the Iron Sheik, man.
A lot of the
He's
stuff. How is he not canceled? Because a lot of the stuff that he's saying on here would get you canceled.
yeah.
I don't know how he. All I can say is he doesn't like Hulk Hogan.
No.
Character,
Sh-
not character. He does not.
Shiki Baby does not like Hulk Hogan. I mean,
Um,
that's documented. That's well documented.
yes.
You see the Sheik threw a fireball at the. For no reason, the Sheik just threw a fireball at him. But I gotta admit, I mean, I enjoy. I do enjoy the Iron Sheik on social media. I mean, the dude's hilarious.
He threw that fireball, but it didn't even catch him.
Really didn't really touch him.
I seen one in person. It was Terry Funk and Jerry Lawler. I can't. I think Jerry
Oh,
Lawler. I think Jerry Lawler did it on Terry Funk.
yeah, yeah. Jay Law. That was one of his go-tos was fireballs.
It was in Jackson, Tennessee, at the Omen Arena. It was one of like Terry
Yeah,
Funk's last matches.
yeah. He just threw it at him. He didn't even touch him. He just lit it on fire and threw it at him.
I think Jericho did it one time in AEW.
Yeah, he did. He did that to Eddie Kingston.
Yeah, yeah, I remember that.
He,
Uh,
because he was a wizard.
Sabu was yeah, Sabu still a legend.
Hell
He's
yeah! Shout out to Sabu for real.
I don't know how he's still going. I think he's semi-retired. Like he only wrestles off and on. I don't see how he's doing semi-retired because all the matches over the years he's been through.
Yeah.
Coco Hall.
I think well, let me think. I think Hulk Hogan's one of the main people that the Iron Sheik can't stand. I think the other one was the Ultimate Warrior. I don't think he got along with Ultimate Warrior either.
Who did he like?
Who didn't?
Who did,
That's a good point. Who didn't?
I don't know who did he like in WCW? Like did he
Well, he was cool with Bob Backlund. I know that. Um uh he always spoke highly of Bobby the Brain. He was always cool with Bobby. You see Kevin
Dungeon?
Sullivan waiting. You see Kevin Sullivan waiting on the cue to start doing the promo. He's just looking around. Oh my god! Like he forgot that they were going
Oh, yeah.
live. What time stamp are you on?
I'm at 52:02. If my thing will stop freezing up. What time step are you at?
I'm at 53. I'm like a minute ahead. So let me back up a couple of seconds. If I get my remote working right.
Come on. It's working just fine. Now it's
All right. Are you at the Dungeon of Doom promo?
let's play. Come on.
I think you're about to go into the Dungeon of Doom promo because I hear the crowd. Just watch Kevin Sullivan whenever this promo starts. He's looking around like he doesn't realize that they're about to start the promo. He's just looking around. He's like, "Oh,
This,
now, okay, we're going now.
this thing will
Action."
stop freezing up.
That's the funniest part about this whole scene is Kevin Sullivan looking so out of place before they start actually doing the promo. Meanwhile, Kevin Sullivan was the main booker at this time. He was the one really booking the shows. Eddie
But
Boston. Yeah, if you look at Kevin right before the promo starts, he's like just looking around like, oh now, okay, okay, action, go, talk.
Kevin Sullivan's a botch for us. Yeah, pretty much. Like I say,
You ever to play?
oh,
I mean, if somebody hasn't put together a Kevin Sullivan, botch compilation on YouTube, I'm not sure what your problem is. It has to be on YouTube somewhere. I hope so. If not, somebody get on your job.
Yeah, it's somewhere out there probably. Even on the main, everyone wants to complain about some of the wrestlers today. Shoot, like they'd have a cow if someone made the mistakes like he made.
Hmm.
He's supposed to be like a legend back then. Like,
Yeah. I mean, there's so many times, like if you pay attention to WCW television when Kevin Sullivan was booking, there are times where he's on camera, but it's like he forgets he's on camera. He's just looking around, just standing around, just looking like.
what time stamp are you at?
Right now, I have paused at 52:25.
All right. Well, damn, he's on jumping me back. I'm at 53. So this thing will stop freezing up. I'm at 53:39. Or was that 52?
53:39. Yeah. Okay, I got
Who,
you. I'm there.
who is this guy?
The Dungeon Master, or something like that. I mean, it was the Dungeon of Doom, and the whole thing about the Dungeon of Doom, the whole storyline was very New Japan. It was like
Yeah,
very New Japan because New Japan back in its early days used to do like really like deep like kind of stories like this with monsters and stuff like that. I mean, that's where the great Muda. He has some of his greatest work in Japan.
I remember someone saying on here that Kevin Sullivan should take over the Dark Order.
That would be awesome. It'll make sense. It'll make total sense because the character of Kevin Sullivan would be a cult leader. I think.
That'd be the end of Dark Order. I think. I don't know what else they could do with that.
The
Like,
Taskmaster takes over.
it doesn't look like Bray Wyatt's coming to AEW. He's going back to WWE. Looks like.
Yeah, I mean, because his issue. I mean, Bray Wyatt's issue wasn't with the company. I think his main issue was with Vince and Vince stopping him from his creativity. That was like his main issue.
Yeah, they said that they didn't fire him due to budget cuts. It was because of he's hard to work with. But
Exactly. Okay,
I don't
okay. Let me ask you this. Okay, he says. Okay, from what he says, the higher ups say that he was quote unquote hard to work with. Right.
yeah.
Okay, so
We'll see.
this guy has a character that's golden that will put asses in seats, make people watch the television and be invested in the stories. And then when they take that character that he kind of crafted and mess it up,
The
and at the same time he's sitting there saying, "Hey, wait a second, that I created the fiend. I know what the fiend would do in this situation, in that situation." They take the fiend and just say, "Okay, we're gonna do what we want to do with it. We own him now."
the
And then because they stop with his creativity, they say that he's hard to work with because they just rejected his ideas and said, "You're gonna, either you do it our way or it's no way." And he's like, "Okay, well, I don't like what you're doing with the character that I'm playing." So that makes him difficult to work with. It's bull.
the
I
yeah.
don't buy
So
it.
so I feel like if he goes back to WWE now, he may not air everything he wants, but he'll get it. He'll be a lot more better off since he's gone.
I think
He
he'll
could be.
definitely get more leeway than he did when Vince was around. He'll
Oh yeah,
definitely get more. He'll definitely get more. More say so in with his character and what he feels that his character that he came up with would do. I
a,
mean,
a storyline with Bray Wyatt, the Fiend, whatever you want to call him, versus what is it? Judgment Day, the new group they got Edge. Well, Edge
that'd be
is a new one.
perfect.
Finn Balor's. Yeah, because they kicked Edge out of that. It's Finn Balor, Damian Priest, and Rhea Ripley.
And the reason why he got kicked out of the Judgment Day is because Vince and then they wanted to go paranormal with it. They wanted to go like like old school Undertaker, but Edge was like, no, I don't want to do that. That's not really what I do. And they kicked
Yeah,
him out of the group because and saying that quote unquote he was being difficult. So they kicked him out of the group, wrote him off of TV. And I mean,
it's kind of funny
I
how
don't know.
it's crazy how he comes back when Triple H gets in charge
Right.
at SummerSlam.
I don't think that, honestly, I don't think that's a coincidence at all. I think that was well timed and planned. But
I
you
mean,
know something,
Vince.
brother.
I mean, Vince did do a good job with WWE for many, many years, but he just lost his way, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, yes. I'll say this from a business standpoint. On the business side, he changed the game
Yeah,
as far as being from it being this small territorial thing to it being worldwide. Yes, I'll give him
yeah.
that. I'll give him that all day. No,
He
no doubt. But
like
the way he did things in his later years, I think, were
yeah.
questionable.
I know he's been doing the hush money thing for years. Like this has been going on for years. But
Yeah.
taking that off, like he did very good with stories and stuff like that in WWE for many, many, many years. But he just,
Mm-hmm.
I'd say in twenties. See, I got out of WWE in 2011 or 12, right
Yeah.
when Brock Lesnar came back. That's when I got out of it. I was done.
Hmm. That's right
I
around the
got
time
back
where I came back.
like when Brock Lesnar came back, I was done. I don't know why, but
I mean, I can get why. I mean, he was pretty much
I don't even
propped
remember
up to
why.
be like Cena, except he was huge and had more muscles. Like there's time where people felt like they that Brock was being pushed down on throats like Cena. And I mean,
Yeah,
for a long time, Brock was being pushed down everybody's throats just like Cena, but they went about it in a different way.
but I came back in 2015 when Seth Rollins and Brock Lesnar was feuding.
Yeah.
Then it was good up until 2017. They were good. They had the brand split. Then, like after WrestleMania 33, they went. I don't know what they were thinking. Like
That's the thing.
everything.
I never really been with the brand. I've never really been for a brand split. I've never been for that. I've always just thought, hey, y'all should just go on each other's shows and just it should be. You shouldn't have a SmackDown championship and a Raw. I've always wanted to be like one championship for each show. As far
Yeah,
as women's, and tag teams for both men and women. I think that's enough. And then NXT that stands alone. That's on its own right now. I think you have Raw, SmackDown, and NXT. Those are three different entities. I mean, three different shows, and you can, I think that they should have their own. I don't see anything. I don't see anything wrong with them intermingling. I just don't like the
yeah.
whole brand split thing, and then the whole thing is not even real because every other week you're
That
seeing different talent go to different other shows. So the brand split is like obsolete. I don't know why they
like
even calling it that.
like the way it used to be in 2009, 2008. Like what I used to watch it, it'd be. It wasn't the way they do the draft now. Like when they
Yeah.
first started it, like Ric Flair and Vince McMahon, like they're the ones who kicked it off.
Yeah, I
Then like
remember
they
that.
dra-
That was good.
and then like they selected their wrestlers, and every year they'd have a new draft, but it wasn't the way they
Mhm.
did it like they're doing it now. Nowadays they
Yeah.
take everybody off and then redraft them, but what it used to be is like it'd be like a Raw versus SmackDown show, and Raw and SmackDown. It'd be like a
Hmm.
Raw guy versus a SmackDown guy, and whoever wins may get 2 picks for Raw or get 2 picks for SmackDown.
Right.
It'd be like a Raw and SmackDown show for 2 shows. And
Hmm.
then like they
Hmm.
also used to have where you could trade wrestlers, like
Yeah.
not just in the video game, like, but I feel like the brand split was going good in 2016 until after WrestleMania 33. They made Leo Rush go with Bobby Lashley,
Yeah.
the hardest in
uh,
tag titles. Had them lose them. All this dancing and singing, and I just did it for me. Like I would still I wouldn't watch it weekly, but I would know what was going on. Like I
right.
knew,
You'll pay attention to who the champions are.
yeah. When 2018, I was done. I was singing, dancing, crap, and I was done. Like I said, that's some comedy, but it was just
It was too sports entertainment for you.
yeah. Then I got into Impact. I got in. One of my friends got me back into Impact, but
Yeah.
then there was rumors of AEW starting. But if it wasn't for AEW, I probably wouldn't have been. I probably wouldn't be a wrestling fan today.
Hmm.
I don't know why WWE had to suck that bad in 2017. Like why?
Okay, I think well, it started off whenever they went public, and then they had to answer to sponsors and stockholders, so they couldn't do what they wanted to do anymore because there were too many, hands in the pot. So of course they had to kind of bow down to those who were sponsoring them and shareholders. Yeah, that was like the biggest thing that kind of, I say, put the end to, like, the more, I guess, adult oriented kind of content that you would be seeing back then. And how it used to be was because of once it went public, it wasn't just Vince McMahon's property anymore. It was, he had to share it. So
Yeah.
with stockholders.
Look, even in 2016, like they had all that, but they still made the shows watchable. But
Yeah,
they just really catered to kids. I feel like, and
right.
they didn't care about. They just cared about that one demographic, and that was it.
And if you think about it, I mean, this is at the time where, like, the kids toy companies and like Snickers and
Yeah,
different brands, they were prevalent on WWE television because they were sponsoring them. They had to appease those sponsors. They couldn't just have, any kind of violence on their television, any kind of adult storytelling on television, because hey, we're a, family friendly company, and we're invested in you. We want you to be family friendly too.
yeah. That's what I like
That
about
whole thing.
AEW. Like they is it can be kid friendly, but like the wrestling is more graphic, like blood,
Yeah.
more
The
violence.
demographic is more adult. The demographic is like from 18 going up to like 45 or something like that.
But kids can't get into it. But if you don't want if you don't want your kids seeing certain things, AEW might not be the best choice.
Right.
But I know a lot of kids. I've seen one kid today that had an AEW shirt on. He knew what it was. Probably at least 8, 9 years old, and he knew what AEW was. But see, a lot of the kids nowadays that's gonna be growing up watching AEW will want to go to
Yeah.
AEW one day instead of WWE,
Hmm.
or vice versa. Oh, they're throwing trash at them.
Yep, they are.
Kevin Sullivan and Ming. If you did
I'm taking a
that,
bathroom break.
all
I'm
right,
taking a bathroom break right quick. Keep it playing. I'll be right back.
all right, throwing trash all on them. They did it big time when Hulk Hogan turned heel. Lex Luger. This match will be a short match, kind of like Savage and Zodiac was probably.
All right, I'm back.
It's Lex Luger and Ming.
Yeah. You see the ref slide on that pin count?
Yeah,
I love that.
like when he goes down for a three, he just slides.
Yeah.
I used to do that a lot. Like it hurts some because you get carpet burn, but
I would imagine it means it's the same thing as taking a baseball slide. I know it hurts.
it's more smooth if you do it that way. Like
Yeah.
you're trying to hurry and get to the count. Either just a slide. I don't like the way he counts though. I couldn't do that. Like tilt your whole body and then count like that.
Yeah, I know it's like whenever he puts his hands up for like the count, like when he puts his hand up, that's like an extra second. It's like one, one, two, three, three, four.
Oh, I've made major mistakes. Like one time going for the cover, my hand like going like sliding, my hand actually accidentally hit the mat. So that was supposed to be
Oh.
the one. Then I went one, two. It was already three, but
Mm.
it was just a messed up.
Well, I'm sure that happens all the time, though. I'm sure it happens all the time.
It only happened once or twice. I wasn't a constant person to make. Well, early on, my first few matches refereeing, I was pretty green, but like towards the like 5 months in, I didn't make hardly any mistakes.
Well, I figure once you get the hang of it, I mean, it's
Yeah.
like, it's like very easy to you. So I mean, like riding a bike. Once you figure it out, I mean, it kind of comes like second nature.
Oh, I remember this. Like I was refereeing this one match, and I felt embarrassed to referee this match. It wasn't like me doing wrong; it was two wrestlers in the match. This
Yeah.
dude, this dude wears a mask. He ain't got the mask tied up all the way, and he's trying to hide his identity, but his mask accidentally falls off, and everyone sees his face, and he puts it back on like no one ever seen it, like no one ever seen his face. And then they're telling me on my headset, my um,
Earpiece.
yeah, like telling us to take it off. And then I told him that, kind of try to like whisper it to me. He said, "No, I'm just gonna keep it on." It is a disaster. I was embarrassed. Then the the other wrestlers like there's a lot of miscommunication. He tried to do a suplex, and then he's trying to do another move, and then they both fall down.
I mean, none of it
Like,
was your fault.
I
So
was a disaster. I tried not to laugh during it because people were laughing.
I bet it's hard. Thing is, I bet it is hard. I bet it is hard not to laugh whenever you see a botch. Because I
Yeah,
mean, like as a referee, I mean, I know it has to be hard not to laugh when you see them botch right in front of you, and like your first
yeah.
thing that you want to do is laugh,
Everyone
but you
was
gotta
laughing when he did
stay in.
that.
You gotta stay into the match.
Everyone was laughing when he did that. Their mask falls off and then puts it back on like no one ever seen his face.
like, like when the Shockmaster debuted, when he fell and the mask came
Yeah,
off, and he put it back on anyway.
and that mask
They
didn't
can
even
change the
fit him.
promo.
He
Uh,
I don't think he ever wrestled again after that. Or if he did, I don't know where he went.
well, he did, but they came up with a different gimmick for his character. He became like this clumsy construction worker, and I forgot they changed his name again, but I forget where they changed it to. But I know for a while he was just a shockmaster who dressed up in like construction work stuff, and he would just fall all over the place. That was just his old thing. I mean, after the shockmaster, there wasn't pretty much you can do after that that could kind of pick that whole thing back up. But that's what they gave him. Like while he was still in WCW. After that, they kind of took away the whole scariness of the Shockmaster gimmick because
Yeah.
after you see him fall up through the wall, you're not gonna find him scary at all. So they just gave him a construction worker gimmick and just have him rolling around everywhere. In fact, if you play WWE 2K games, there's a move set and there's an entrance where there's a guy just rolling down the ramp. That's the that was the Shockmaster's entrance back in after that whole debacle. That was pretty much what they did with that character they made him to where he was just rolling around everywhere.
So they just ran with it.
Yeah, they pretty much ran with it. Meanwhile, Dusty
Yeah.
Rhodes, he was the one that kind of caused that whole thing to happen. He put an extra piece of wood down by the piece where he's supposed to go down because he's supposed to go through the wall and that'll be it. But what apparently Dusty Rhodes decided he was gonna nail an extra little piece of wood down there to like the part where the wall was like to where you can just go through it. And of course, him wearing the Star Trooper mask, he's not gonna be able to look down and see that piece of wood as he's going through. He just knows just to go through the wall. And so he just goes through the wall. He goes through the wall and he trips over that piece of wood that Dusty Rhodes planted there. And then the rest is history.
Yeah. This one is boring.
And I don't think Luger and Ming had an angle either. They're just throwing out matches. At this time, really the whole thing was the main story of the whole pay per view was Dungeon Doom versus Hulk Hogan. That was like the main story.
Drew McIntyre was on Raw tonight, and he's using. He said, he said that we're wrestlers in a wrestling ring.
There you go.
Before they weren't allowed to say wrestler or wrestling. You had to be known as a superstar. That's fine.
Nowadays, you can notice they're starting to give a little. They're starting to push away from Vince's old stuff, because now people are saying hospital on WWE television. People are actually saying the word wrestler
Yeah.
on television. On WWE television. It sounds silly. It sounds small, but the word hospital hasn't been used in WWE in decades. The word hospital, they used to call it a medical facility. It's not called an hospital. Now they're saying I'm gonna put you in the hospital.
Yeah.
And that's like very subtle changes that you're seeing now that the old man's gone.
Oh, it isn't true that they're gonna bring that Triple H wants to bring back Nia Jax. They don't need. I've never liked her.
Bring back Nia Jax.
Yeah, that he's talking. That he might be bringing her back. They don't need her.
I don't know. Honestly speaking, I can
Waste
see
of
how
money.
she'll be a draw. I can see how she'll be a draw. And don't get me wrong, she is talented athletically, but I think like as far as it's, I don't know if she knew her own strength. Does that make any sense? Like
Yeah.
like I don't think she intentionally meant to hurt people, but I think like she didn't know how strong she was. You know what I'm saying? But I don't have a problem with her being back in the ring in WWE. As long as she's not messing anybody up, you know, and
I
making sure
just
that.
I just feel like that she was just so just dead weight on the roster. Really, like they called
Mm,
her up way too fast from NXT, and the only reason they did that was because she's kin to The Rock.
yeah, it's just part of the dynasty
So
or the bloodline.
She shouldn't be.
But I mean,
She
that's the
could be,
thing,
but
though. I mean, that's the thing. I
like,
agree. They brought her up way too. They brought her up way too early. I think that if she spent at least another year or two, maybe another year and a half, 2 years
yeah.
down there, and then brought her back, and then brought her up, then it probably would have been a better run. I think.
But it took them forever to bring Bailey to the main roster.
Yeah,
Should have been the other way around. This match is
that's it.
hot garbage.
Yeah, that was it. That's honest to God. That Ming versus Lex Luger, Halloween Havoc '94 was a bad match, and I'm sorry if nobody else agrees with that, but
Like I'm
it was
watching
not
this match.
good.
This what has the match like ended for you?
Yeah, the match is over for me. I mean, there was
What
no build to it at all, really.
what timestamp are you at?
Right now, at I'm at a commercial now. The match between Luger and Ming just ended, and I'm at a commercial.
The match isn't over my end, but I'm fixing to skip it. And I'm sorry, I just
It's not really
this
a good match. I mean,
no,
not
it's not
really. Not on the whole grand scale of the show. It's not really a good match.
the most dullest moment of the show. Yeah, I got a commercial now.
And then you think, I mean, like Lex Luger really didn't. Him and Ming, they didn't even have really an angle. The angle was really between Luger and Macho Man, but they're not even focusing on that on this in the show. That's what I
Mhm.
was thought was so weird about this show is that they didn't focus on the tension between Ming and not Ming but Luger and Macho Man. I
But
didn't
that should
get
have been the
that.
match on the pay per view because like that's what they were building towards. It felt like.
Yeah, and they didn't even blow off at all. They had separate matches, and I'm thinking if they're building that storyline for those two people, they should have a match to blow the whole storyline off. I mean, I'm thinking, I don't know, but like I said, I was the booker. I don't, but to me that
Yeah.
makes more sense.
Um, I'm at Gene Okerlund and
Yeah, the
the
giant
Giant. Yeah.
in the giant NASCAR gear. You know that was custom made just for him.
Oh yeah, I know it had to been. He couldn't have fit in a regular one.
You see me,
Oh,
Gene, whenever he grabs him.
I just watched a movie that he was in. Knucklehead, the movie that he was in.
Oh, Knucklehead. Yeah, I've seen that.
I watched it a
I've
few
seen
days
that.
ago. He got
I
stuck on
actually,
that. He got stuck in that plane.
yeah, I actually enjoy him as an actor. I think he's funny. I think he's cool. I actually think he's a really good actor. He has a show on Netflix. I forgot the
Yeah,
name of it.
bare knuckle
The
day,
the Big Show show. That's what it's called. The Big Show show.
the Big Show show.
It's actually not a bad show. It's you know it's like a family sitcom type of thing. Him playing the dad, and then, you know, he has the kids that he's taking care of. I mean, it's actually a pretty interesting show.
Hmm.
Uh, I think the Rock show's better, but you see me,
Yep.
Gene.
Yeah. Can we move on from this? There's not much to say else. Like you're having a monster truck fight, whatever thing. After that,
Hmm.
you're having a match for the world title. That's it. You said it for weeks. You're going to destroy Hulk Hogan. You've already destroyed him twice,
I mean,
and I don't really want to see him twice. I really
really.
don't want to see him twice in the same show.
Yeah, too bad. We're gonna
What?
have to. We're gonna have to, bro.
What's the next match? Better not be no one from the Dungeon of Doom. Finally,
I
it's
think
Arn
we got
Anderson and Flying Brian.
Brian Pillman. Yeah, yeah.
About time something. No, no, this should be a better match.
And thing is, this is whenever Brian Pillman was slowly going into the loose character. I mean, the loose cannon character.
Yeah,
Slowly, you can. I mean, it's very subtle. And there was a time where Brian Pillman was the talk of WCW, ECW, and WWF at the same time. Like they were all trying to get him to be in his company, and he appeared. In,
yeah,
he appeared in every single one of them, but only signed with WWE.
yeah. That's when the loose cannon really took off.
Yeah,
He wanted to do it in WCW, but they didn't want to give him enough. I guess I watched about Dark Side of the Ring, but I guess it was like not enough time on TV because
right.
at that time it's all NWO, NWO, NWO. So
Hmm.
they didn't really want to push it like WWE did.
Yeah, that's the thing though. WWE actually gave the character a chance. I'll give him that because
Yeah,
the loose cannon character was awesome.
he
It was a
pulled out a
great
gun,
character.
pulled out a
Yeah,
gun on TV.
you know the
You
whole
won't never
meme.
see that again.
Pillman's got a gun. That whole
You won't
meme.
you won't never see that again on any wrestling show.
No, no, that was. I mean, it was brilliant television. If you ask me, it was great entertainment. And I mean, and Brian Pillman was the face the whole time. Stone Cold broke into his house. If Brian Pillman shot him, he was the baby face.
Yeah, I remember Chris saying that Stone Cold was the face, and
Yeah. Yeah, we were talking about that long. Yeah, we were talking about that a while back.
yeah, that was a long. It was like one of the first rampages we did on here,
Yeah.
or second rampage.
Bobby the Brain. Sting is good, but he's not Superman. But try telling those fans out there that they don't they don't believe anything he's saying. I mean, to fans, he's always going to be Superman. Oh, that was good. That was good. Anderson tried to slip, try to switch the leverage, and Sting just dropped him.
Yeah,
That was brilliant.
I'll be right back.
Yeah. And see, this is what this is like right at the point where, well, I wouldn't say at the point. This is right ahead or right before. Excuse me, right before you know the Outsiders premiered or debuted, and then you had Hollywood Hulk Hogan. This is like about a year this is about a year or so beforehand. So you can see how WCW and WWF at this time were kind of out of I guess kind of disagreement on how they saw wrestling. You know, because Ted Turner he had WCW wrestling, but Vince McMahon he had sports entertainment. What's the difference? I don't know, but I think when it comes down to Southern wrestling, I think it has a bigger following, a huge following, really. I mean, when you think about when you think about Southern wrestling, it has a huge following, you know. And I personally, I don't like the whole thing to where you have to watch this particular wrestling, but not this particular wrestling. I feel like there's something in every single kind of wrestling for everybody. If you're a fan, you know, if you're a true fan of it, then you'll get something out of it. I think so. I mean, some people like to go see plays. I like to watch wrestling.
Yeah, Loose Cannon was amazing. Yeah, I agree. First, that Loose Cannon character was amazing, and Puma needs to go solo. It's time that I believe he
I
could
do
be
agree
a,
with that
I
though.
believe he could be a very big star, but he's not going to do it with Griff Garrison's tag team. He's just not going to do it.
Honestly, I think that I think honestly, if he was given a shot by himself, give him just a little push. I'm thinking like he can make the most out of it. I'm pretty sure he could. You know, if he's anything like his father, I mean, I'm pretty sure he can make the most out of it.
Yeah, if he just work on his promos a little bit more, he'd be fine. He'd be good.
Yeah. I mean,
But
but
he
if you
has.
remember, I mean, if you remember Pillman, Brian Pillman Sr., you know, promos weren't really his strong suit either,
Mm-mm.
you know, but he got the job done. Look at Brian Pillman. He's like Scrappy Doo. He's like Scrappy Doo with Scooby Doo right there. He's like, "Oh, oh, let's go get him. Let's go get him, Scooby. Let's get him, Scooby."
I wonder what's going to happen with Santana. You know, he's injured. He won't be back till next year. His contract expires in September,
Mm.
and doesn't like him and Ortiz on the same page.
I'm wondering what's going on with that. I'm wondering why they're not on the same page. Because for a long time, I mean, they're like pretty much, you know, inseparable. But now it's like now you're hearing that they're having odds with each other. I'm wondering what's going on between them. I mean, such a strong tag team. You hate to see that go on between such a strong tag team. That sucks.
Yeah.
It really does.
Hopefully this time, like him being injured and Ortiz not really been on TV that much, that they're able to take a break, re- recharge, and maybe come to
Yeah.
some type of something. I don't know. But he is injured, so AEW could technically freeze his contract if they wanted to. Same as Kenny
Yeah, they
Omega.
do. They do
Since
have that
Kenny,
choice to freeze it. So
I don't know if they will or not, but I mean, I know some people's going to say that that's a bad move, but I don't know. Hopefully, he's able to re-sign without having to do that.
hope so. I mean, because it just sucks that number one, it sucks that they haven't got the tag team titles yet. I think they should have been like one of the first to hold those titles, in my opinion.
No,
And to know that they're not getting along, that sucks even more. Because let's say he gets better and he's ready to come back, but he doesn't want to team up. That sucks, man. Because you know that's it's like they could be future AEW tag team champions if they still want to be.
like we may not even see him come back to AEW because his contract expires next month, so he might not even ever be back
That sucks.
if
Man,
they
it's
might
gonna
ever.
break a lot of fans' hearts, though. Man, it's gonna break a lot of fans' hearts with him not coming back. You know,
Yeah,
and they want to see them together and get those belts, but it's like at the same time they're humans. You know, and if the chemistry isn't there, then what else can you do?
I'm just hoping this time away is able to fix some things. Maybe
Hopefully, I hope so.
like this time away. I hope so because
Yeah.
oh, this is good
Oh
news.
yeah.
It looks like the 24/7 title has been retired. Dana Brooke didn't have it with her when she appeared tonight or last Monday.
Oh, it's officially been retired.
They haven't like announced it, but that's what it's looking like since she's the 24/7 champion. She hasn't really had it with her much
I can see
recently.
that.
Wait,
I can see
so
that.
Sting's tag partner this whole time was supposed to be Ric Flair. Where was he at the whole time?
He is waiting for his cue.
I guess he got beat up before the match. That's why, because he's got like a some kind of tape on his face or something.
Nah, we all know what Rick's up to. Look at
Yeah,
Rick. He's way too happy to get up in there. The first thing he's gonna do is clock Sting. And I was like, Sting, why the hell would you even trust Ric Flair? Why would you trust Ric Flair? After all they've been through and he still trusts Ric Flair? Why?
I heard him say that he regrets calling his last match, his actual last match. I don't want to see him back.
No, I think that was good. I mean, that's good enough. That's a good enough send off, dude. You lived through it, you survived it, fans respect you for it. Go right into the sun, go off into the sunset. Do your thing. I mean, you don't need to come back. We respect you for who you were, not who you're. Not, not you dying in the ring. We don't want to see that.
Like,
And from what
like
I heard, he passed out twice during the.
yeah, and then he was drinking heavily before the match, and Undertaker like he was there and had to tell him, "No, that's enough. You don't need to drink no more."
Look at Flying Brian. Yeah. I always laugh whenever they chase each other around the ring. I always think that's the funniest shit.
Oh,
You see, you see
yeah.
Flying Brian sneaking that hand out so they can get more leverage. So you don't see wrestling like you don't see tag team wrestling like this anymore. You don't.
Yeah.
Boy, wait till Ric Flair gets in that ring. I remember watching this match. It wasn't a surprise, but the fans they were like, "Oh." I'm like, why are you so surprised? It's Ric Flair, dude. I mean, they call him the dirtiest player in the game. You're not picking that up. You're not getting. You're not getting what's going on.
What
I thought it.
timestamp are you? What timestamp are you at?
Right now, I'm at 133:44. I got Flying Brian in the ring, pulling Sting with the single crab to the corner. As a tag that the ref didn't see, and the ref still counted. The ref wasn't even looking at the tag.
Mhm.
Did you notice that the ref was not? He did not look at it. He was looking right at Ric Flair when they tagged.
I'm around 130, 134:20.
Yeah, we're about the same place.
No, this has been a one man. It's been a one team show so far.
Yep.
But normally, Ric Flair's hot tags are like when he gets tagged in, things are going to change.
Oh yeah, it's gonna change. It's gonna change the match in a big way. I'll give you that.
I can't believe Roman Reigns is fixing to hold that belt for 800 days. If he beats Drew McIntyre, he will.
I think what they're planning on doing is have him drop at least one of those titles.
I would,
Probably the WWE title. I think he's probably gonna keep the Universal title.
yeah, that's the title he's held the most. Like
Yeah.
more day. They're saying that Karrion Cross might take one of them. Like normally at Survivor Series, like that used to like to have like Raw's Raw's champion versus SmackDown's champion.
Yeah.
But this year, I think they should have Roman versus two matches. One match for Universal, another match for the WWE. And have Roman versus Karrion Cross, and Roman versus someone else, maybe Drew McIntyre again, and Karrion
Hmm.
Cross take one of those belts off of Roman,
Yeah.
or vice versa, Drew McIntyre take one off of him.
I think. Well, I think it'll be a lot better if at least one of the belts was taken from him. At least the WWE title, so that can be so that can be used in more storylines and to build up more, to build up other superstar or other wrestlers, and like have like if anybody was going to take the Universal title back or take the Universal title from Roman, I would say, let Cody come back and do an
Yeah,
angle with Cody. You know,
like same as the Usos, like so they did lose the Raw tag titles. Like if they're not gonna like they keep on saying that they unify the titles, but they really didn't. Like
no,
they didn't
not at
really,
all.
they didn't really unify them as since like a new title.
Now, I mean, I wouldn't. Thing is, I wouldn't see anything wrong with title unification as far as tag team, because you'll have that one tag team. You have that one set of tag team championship belts that they can use for either Raw, SmackDown, or NXT. I think that's interesting. I think that's pretty fast. It'll be fun to do that and
I think
have it be defended on each brand.
I think they could. I feel like when they brought the brand split back to us, because like they had like WWE had so many people, and the best way to use people have two different brands, two different rosters.
Yeah,
But now they barely. Well, Triple H is trying to sign back some people like Dexter Loomis, Karrion Cross, Scarlett.
yeah. I actually
Uh,
saw Dexter Loomis returning. That was well done how they did it.
yeah,
Like
like
that
they
whole
didn't.
episode of Raw was about Dexter Loomis.
Yeah, at the very end, he after AJ won the match, he was like in the crowd, and like they didn't show his face, like they weren't even trying to acknowledge
Yeah,
him, like they were playing the
I think it
part.
was Corey. Yeah, Corey was the one. Like, Is that Dexter Loomis? And the way
Yeah,
they shot it was so well done because there was no close-ups. You just saw guards jumping on a dude, and then when he put it when he held his face up, like
yeah,
either you knew who that was or you were gonna find out. Like me, I was watching like that's Dexter Loomis. I was like, and I'm thinking to myself, he was just released. They're bringing him back, and I'm thinking to myself, like, very, 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 very subtle changes are happening, and they're not bad at all. I'm really into what they're going to be doing. I'm looking forward to what they're going to be doing. Going on now that Vince is gone, and they actually have a chance to do like kind of a restart of sorts. And I'm interested to see where it goes. Honestly,
they brought back who was on SmackDown? Uh,
they brought back Karrion Cross. They brought back
what was that
Io
team that they brought?
Shirai.
It was a team that they brought back on SmackDown. Like
Hit
there's three.
row,
There's
yeah,
Hit
hit
Row.
row.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they
but
brought
now
them
they're OG3, which is what their original name was. People don't know that Swerve was added on to the group. The group was already there, but Swerve was just added on to it to kind of
became the
give it
leader.
more pop, I guess. Yeah, and became a leader. But the group was already there. They just added Swerve on to it, and Triple H, he was like the main one that wanted them to be pushed. He was like the main one saying, "Hey, I want y'all to be pushed. I want y'all on TV. I want y'all doing
Yeah,
matches." He was the one champion for that. And I remember once they went to SmackDown, they went there for like probably like 2 weeks, and all of a sudden they were all fired because Vince didn't like it, or something
yeah.
didn't rub right with Vince and Bruce. I'm not sure what it was,
I'm just
but
glad
yeah,
that I'm just glad that they saw. Like, does she wrestle the woman that's with them?
yeah, she does wrestle.
I'm just glad that they got them at least the two because now they got another tag team they could use.
Yeah.
So
But I think for right
I
now they're using her more as a manager, but she can wrestle. Yeah,
got another tag team. Like tag team wise, I mean, bracelet wise, And Usos are on both brands really, but SmackDown they got the Viking. Oh, here comes Ric Flair. Ah, he hits Sting.
That's what I'm saying. Why would Sting trust Ric? Why the hell would he trust Ric Flair after
You
all
see
he's
that?
done to him? He's gonna be like, okay, sure, let's go into a tag team match.
You
What
see
the hell
that?
is?
He got
Yeah,
he got the hot tag, and then he had like he was gonna hit Arn
yeah.
Anderson, but
He swerved and hit Sting. And that's nobody's fault but Sting's. He knew who the hell he was teaming up with. He knew that he was teaming up with the dirtiest player in the game, and he chose to let him be his partner. So that was nobody's but his fault.
this is the beginning of the new Four Horsemen being made. There's like one more person they need. It's Chris Benoit, but this is the
Yep.
beginning.
What time step are you on right now?
Uh, 139.40 or one.
Yeah, we're at the same spot. Okay. I'm like, why would Sting think in his right mind? Okay, Ric Flair. I want him in my corner. I mean, after the rivalry they've had, they still in the rivalry that's actually still ongoing, as you can see. What makes them think that okay, I can trust Ric Flair, the dirtiest player in the game? I want him in my corner versus the Four Horsemen, versus two of the Four Horsemen. I'm sorry, but I feel like this was like a lapse of judgment in Sting's part on Sting's part.
He still don't learn it because he's still gonna side with Lex Luger.
And that's another thing with Lex Luger too. I mean, he likes to pretend like he's all babyface, but really it's he's the biggest heel of them all. And thing is, at this point in time, the majority of the viewers are looking at Luger like, okay, you're just trying to be a face because Sting's your friend, but we all know you're a heel. And sometimes if you watch Luger, he will play that up. He'll be a heel when Sting's not watching, but when Sting's right there and looking, he's facing it up. He's you know giving fives and doing all that. That was the cool thing about the Lex Luger character in WCW at this time because he was kind of like he wasn't even a tweener. He was just a douchebag who was just playing sides.
Yeah,
Somebody threw that cup right at him. A little between Arn and Rick. You see that cup?
yeah.
They see those are passionate fans. They will throw trash at you. They will throw anything that they can at you. I remember whenever Hulk Hogan did his heel turn, man, everybody threw every bit of their trash into that ring.
Yeah, when he turned heel, everybody like that. I, like I remember him saying that he didn't think that he was gonna make it out of there alive. Like that's
Yeah, there were
how
fans like they were seriously pissed off, like for real. They were mad.
like all those years of him always being a face, never turning heel. Like
But
I could like I would like to see. I'd like to been there when that happened.
man, could you imagine how crazy those people went when that leg drop happened?
Yeah,
Like, what the hell is he doing? I remember watching it as a kid, and it blew my mind because I'd always known Hulk Hogan as this good guy, this guy that was all about saying the prayers and taking the vitamins, and then you see him go to the dark side, and you know, watching as
everyone
a
did.
kid in the story, you're like, what the hell did I believe in? He just ruined me. He just ruined my childhood. It was,
Yeah,
it was crazy. It was great storytelling, and it worked. It worked. It was kind of like kind of the changing of the guard. Kind of, the old times are done and gone. It's time for the new kind of, kind of disestablishment.
Hey, what time?
Kind of,
What time stamp are you at?
right now I'm at 143.
All right, I might
But
fast
yeah,
forward to the next match because all they're doing is talking now.
well, it went to commercial on my hand because Bobby the Brain's just talking.
Oh, talking about this darn monster truck thing. All you can do is talk about it so much.
I know, right?
I mean, nothing else to talk about.
But I mean, that's the thing about Bobby the Brain. Whenever he knew how to stretch it out. Like he would just start talking, and a lot of times, he would start talking and wouldn't have nothing to do with what he's talking about. But because he's funny, it works.
The come on. Yeah, I'm gonna might fast forward a little bit. 'Cause this is just getting out of hand. Hulk Hogan deserves this, and he deserves that. He's gonna get
What time step are you on now?
148. I'm trying to find what match is coming up next. Without skipping too far ahead.
148. Okay. Yeah, right now I just see a bunch. There's a promo going on.
I'm at well, I'm at 150 now.
Yeah, I'm about there too.
It's like a preview for the match. I don't know
Yeah,
much. I mean, you basically recapped the whole thing while talking. There's no need for a video recap.
I know, right?
And they're very good at dragging things out.
Yes, that was their bread and butter back then. I mean, that's how they kind of filled in a lot of the time on TV. They would go back and talk to you about what happened the week before and spend
They,
20 minutes doing that.
they should make a whole they can make a whole show of just recaps.
Exactly. I love the goofy graphic with the monster trucks morphing into the extra wrestlers. That's so goofy.
Yeah,
Oh, I love old school WCW. It was so cheesy but yet so entertaining.
who's this guy?
They just put them off of the. They just put them off of the lake for fishing. Like, all right, damn it, I gotta be on TV now.
Who is it? I bet it's
I don't
something
know
to do with
who
the
that
monster
is.
truck. It's probably something to do with the monster truck thing.
Yeah, I'm sure.
He looks like he don't
Bob
want to be there.
Chandler. They say it looked like he just got off the boat from fishing. He had to come in and do a spot on television.
He don't even know what he's talking about. It is not one of the most highly anticipated matches.
Mm-mm.
Well, I'm from the future and we're in the past. So
Yeah,
he's in 1995.
exactly.
If I could go back and tell him all the things he did wrong and correct them, he
But
probably won't
I
even.
gotta admit though, as a kid watching this, seeing a Hulk Hogan monster truck versus a giant monster truck, and then I get to see them actually in the ring. That was some of the best entertainment I could ever get right there as a kid. No lie. I mean, sure, as adults, it's goofy as hell. Now we looking back on it, but
Who is?
think about being 10, 9 years old watching this. It was
They
the
got the
height of
national.
entertainment.
They got the National Guard Army there,
Yeah,
or those.
it looks like the National Guard.
Hey, where were you when he got thrown off the roof?
Right, where were they at? I mean, let's be honest. Hulk Hogan's truck was much cooler than the Giants. I mean, come on. He had the 20-inch, 20-inch pythons on there, brother.
No, I do have some good news that the Rampage ratings were up,
That's awesome news.
but they kind of had like a, I just said like a, I won't say, how do I say it? Like more of a low base card. Like it wasn't really, there wasn't a lot of big matches on the card,
Right.
but they drew a good rating using people that's not been used in a while, like Sonny Kiss.
Yeah, and then
Um,
with his heel turn, that was not. I didn't see that coming either.
with some other new people, Parker, um, and Davari,
Yeah.
and the mixed tag with Sammy and Ty. I think they should keep on with it. I would try it again, and if it keeps on working, continue doing that.
Hmm.
But it's next week on Rampage. I know it's Private Party versus Keith Lee and Swerved for the tag titles,
Ooh,
and
that sounds good.
the Trustbusters versus Best Friends, Orange Cassidy in the trios tournament on
Hmm.
Rampage. Besides that, I don't know what else is going on, but those two matches should be good.
Hmm.
All right, it started.
It's pretty much, it's pretty much like a sumo match, but with monster trucks.
I like to talk to someone like in the making of this match and like get them on this podcast and like interview them like the making of something like this, like how it all
Yeah,
came
that'd be
about.
interesting.
Hulk Hogan doesn't even know how to drive that thing really.
No, it doesn't. There's somebody there. There's somebody in there with them, helping them.
There's gotta be.
Yeah, because there's somebody in there with a giant too in his truck.
Where were they when? Like where were all these people like when he got thrown off
I
the building?
mean, I mean, who thought of it? Who? I wonder who thought of putting the whole thing on top of the building. They didn't have any space on the ground for this. They said, "No, we're going to do it on top of the building."
I remember WWE used to have a game kind of like this. It was like a video game. It
Hmm.
was like all kinds of like cars and stuff. Like
Yeah, yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about.
it was on.
I played it. I played it. I think once.
I played it on PlayStation 2, something like that. It was like
Yeah,
a game.
It's like Twisted Metal, but it's WWE.
Yeah, like there was cars like Kane had his.
Yeah,
There's a red car. RVD had his own car. It's basically a WWE game, just like a car game, just with WWE. Like it's actually really good. There was no wrestling about it, but it was still cool.
yeah, I do remember playing that. I think the whole story of it was that Vince had made so much money and did all this stuff, and now he wanted to do something different, and he decided to do like those the like death races or something like that. It's kind of like Death Race, but it's with WWE stuff. It was a weird game, but it was really fun. I remember playing that too.
I liked the All Stars a little bit. WWE All Stars.
Yeah, yeah, that was actually pretty fun to play. I played that a few times.
I like the cover. Like that's one of the main reasons I even wanted the game. Just was because the cover. I really, really like the cover. But when I got this game, I was like 9, 10 years old, and to be able to play something like The Big Show versus Andre the Giant, or
Yeah,
and like a lot of the story modes in there were pretty good too.
Crush Hour. Crush Hour. That's what it was called. Crush Hour.
The card game.
WWE Crush Hour. Yeah. WWE Crush Hour, I think. It's been
Yeah,
it's been so long since I played that game. But yeah, I think that's what it's called. Crush
yeah.
Hour. It's pretty much Twisted Metal, but with WWE stuff. All right, so technically, Hulk Hogan won the Monster Truck battle.
Think I'm fixing to get a commercial.
You're gonna get a commercial on the best part.
This is the part I've been talking about. Come on,
Are
let's
you in a
get that.
commercial now? Oh yeah, I'm about to come on a commercial myself.
Fixing to start when I fit play. Yeah.
Well, they're fighting on the ledge right now.
No, come on.
You in a commercial?
Yeah.
All right, I'm about to be on a commercial myself. Oh boy, are you still on one?
Yeah. I got like 50 seconds more.
Well, I'm at 159. I'm at 159, so I'm like right when they're about to get on the ledge.
They did this on purpose.
Yeah.
I feel like they did. But someone on WWE watches this podcast because remember, I got that email and Chris did that.
Yeah.
So someone from WWE watches this podcast. So
Oh yeah, they
that could
got
be,
people up there watching.
that could be a good thing and a bad thing.
Yeah.
Hopefully, it's a good. Well, if you watch us, then well, I will say WWE has improved a lot ever since Triple H has taken over. But when Triple H was not in charge, the product sucked. But it's
I think
slowly,
things get a lot better now that he's running the show here and there. You back to the show?
yeah.
All
What?
right. What?
I'm at 2 hours now.
Okay. Yeah, I'm going up into. Yeah, you just fell off the building.
What time stamp are you at?
I'm at 2 hours right now. The giant just fell off, and
Uh,
now they give me a commercial. Now I'm at a commercial. They give me a commercial as soon as he falls off.
I'm gonna pause it because this part is legendary.
Oh my goodness.
I'm at 2:08, so I'll resume it when. This is the best
Okay.
part of the whole. You're back.
Not yet.
All right.
Got a couple more seconds.
Like this is the best part of the thing. This is what I've been talking about since this podcast started. Bobby, he's fixing the guy in the middle doesn't even know what's going on really.
Yeah.
Eric Bischoff is just in his headset. Bobby Heenan's like this is crisis.
What time stamp are you on?
2:08.
Okay. I'm about to.
You
Yeah.
tell me when you get back.
It's being so slow right now. All right. I'm there. I'm there.
All right. All right. Oh god. Yeah, I know it. You don't know what to do. What's security gonna do up there? He's already down.
Right.
They're in the river. Go to the ring. Yeah, now Tony Schiavone's. Now this is where it really takes off. When Tony Schiavone is back.
Yeah.
This match is going to get totally sabotaged by Bobby Heenan's commentary. Why does Lex Luger have another match? Oh, are they now going to do Lex Luger, Randy Savage?
I think yeah. Now they're gonna do it.
What was the sense of even having them? I don't make sense. Like, what was the point in having them? I don't know.
I don't. That yeah. I get what you're saying. That didn't make any sense at
They
all.
could have put that on Nitro. But
Yeah.
at least we're getting something out of this. Maybe it'll make up for. I like Randy Savage's match, but
Yeah. I forgot who won this match, but I do too. See, Randy's coming out already pissed off. He's been pissed off the whole show.
what timestamp are you at?
Right now, I am at 240. Oh no, 202. Macho Man coming out. I have to go back. Macho Man's coming out right now.
The match just start for you.
Yeah.
All right. Press play. Come on. Oh, Bobby Heenan. We need to know now.
And see, that's the thing. Luger at this time, like you, unless you're really paying attention to him, you wouldn't know. You wouldn't know that he was being heelish.
He doesn't know
But
what to
like
do.
he would do certain things that are very heelish that Sting would overlook. Like Sting wouldn't even notice that stuff.
Bobby Heenan doesn't care about this match.
No, he checked out. He checked out when the giant fell off the building.
And then Bobby Heenan asked Eric Bischoff, what side did he fall off of? And then Eric Bischoff said he probably fell on the side of the river.
Now, I mean, if you fell into a river, okay, sure, you can probably explain that into why he walked in. But still, from that height into a river,
You still die.
the
Like
water, yeah, the water would be like cement when you hit it.
Jimmy Hart.
Jimmy Hart dressed in black.
Tony Schiavone said, what is he doing at ringside? Bobby Heenan hasn't said a word in this match. Bischoff's left the building. Sure.
So the Macho Man swung at the referee. Why did he swing at the ref?
They should have kept that guy on commentary. That I don't know, the guy that looked like he was going fishing or whatever. They should have kept him on
Yeah,
there.
the guy was just That would be yeah that would be more interesting. Him sitting on the mic just talking while the match was going on.
He don't even know what the hell's going on, and him being with Bobby Heenan would just been more funnier.
Yeah, the interaction's hilarious though.
Yeah, that was what I'm talking about. Bobby Heenan said that, like, I don't know what he said that, like, I don't know what I'm going to do tomorrow night. I don't know what I'm going to do for Nitro. Then Tony Schiavone said, well, you got a job to do tomorrow. That's what you're going to do. And we're going to have a match. Oh,
You
we're going
see
to have
that
a
lady in
match.
the front row? She got a good ass picture of Macho Man.
Yeah. Oh, we're going to have a match. Oh, we're going to have a match.
It's one thing I do love about Lex Luger is that whenever he would get hit or anything, the way he would sell, he would always have a sound effect with it. Like anytime he got hit, he'd be like, "Oh, oh."
Yeah.
See, listen, watch. Every time he gets hit, just watch him. He'll go, "Ow, ow." Like at Jimmy, what's Jimmy doing? He's not there for Macho Man. Well, even if the ref was looking, he would have stopped you because you had your foot in the ropes. That's stupid. He's gonna do a dirty pin when the ref's not looking, but the second the ref looks at him, he's gonna the ref's not gonna pin.
Yeah.
You get it. I don't. Now I'm trying to remember. I don't think anybody's ever kicked out of the elbow drop from the Macho Man. I don't think anybody's ever kicked out of it. That's probably one of the safest moves that's ever been kept in wrestling was the Macho Man's elbow drop. I mean, do you know of anybody that's ever kicked out of the Macho Man's elbow drop? I can't think of anybody.
Mm. Savage wins.
And see, Macho Man, okay, he beat Luger, but I don't think this wasn't really the end of their storyline. I think this whole thing continued even past Hogan and Macho their beef. It went past that. I think. Bobby the Brain. What's going on outside? Not Bobby. Heenan is acting like Heenan is acting like the Giants really did. There's a show going on. He walks off. He walks off.
He's not worried about Buffer.
Oh my god, that was so funny.
He's not worried about Buffer. Who is that Buffer?
Oh, Michael Buffer, he's the dude who does the "Let's Get Ready to Rumble."
He said that he's not worried about Michael Buffer. He's more worried about what's going on outside.
He thinks the Giants really dead out there. That's, oh, that's so funny. Look at Bobby. He is panicking.
He needs more. Yeah.
Bobby is so serious right here. He actually thinks a man just died out there. His acting in this was so on point. It was so funny.
Yeah, he made sure.
They replaying the fall. I'll be right back. Keep it playing.
All right. Wow. Strange this has been.
All right, I'm back. All right.
Bobby. You ain't try to help him, dude. What time step are you at?
Right now, I am at 2:15. Hulk Hogan's coming out with Jimmy Hart. You know something, brothers?
Hey, is it alright if we like go to the like it's pretty late and it's like if we like skip like towards the match like 2:30 ish.
Yeah,
I'm at one
2:30.
2:17.
2:17.
I was. I'm going to 2:30 now.
All right, 2:30.
I just looked at my schedule and they changed the hours on us. Like they update our schedule like hour by hour.
Damn.
Normally it's not like this, but for whatever reason.
Why was Hulk Hogan wearing the Taskmaster's makeup? I never got that. Do you notice that?
He probably don't even know why.
I mean, I will say this: those are some nice cowboy boots the Hulk's wearing. I'll give him that.
Hogan cannot wrestle.
No.
Well, he picked him up. That's about it. Yep. Leg drop. One. Well, what happened to the referee? Wait, did Jimmy Hart? Did
Yeah.
Jimmy Hart's turning heel?
Yep. This is what I'm talking about. The ending of this whole thing was the silliest, goofiest thing I've ever seen.
But Hogan wins this, I think. I think. Ah, push the referee other way. Hey, you both
Oh
saw that.
man.
You just got straight up.
Yep. He just pushed.
Oh, bear
Jimmy
hug.
Jimmy was like, "Screw it, I'm gonna get the belt."
Like this type of bear hug is awkward.
Yes, it was a giant and the Yeti. They bear hug. They hugged Hulk Hogan to death. That's what they
Or
did.
just
They
hugged him to
hugged him.
death.
They hugged him into submission.
Kevin Sullivan's the biggest botch in that whole locker room.
Yeah.
Who is this?
Now
Oh,
keep in
Savage and
mind.
Luger.
Keep in mind. This is all Kevin Sullivan's idea. This is all his idea. He was the booker.
Is that the Yeti?
Yeah. Then I get to find out where Lex Luger's allegiance stands. Yes, there's there's the Yeti, aka the Mummy. First of all, why the hell would they call? Ugh,
It
they
doesn't
named
look
the
like
character the Yeti. They didn't even go. They even try to make him look like any kind of Yeti or nothing like that. They just threw some hospital gauze all over him and kind of threw some fake blood on him and said, "Get out there."
it. Hulk Hogan, yeah.
And Lex Luger turning heel, showing
Yeah.
everybody that he was been an asshole the whole time, which I told you so.
So is the match over with now, or
I mean, technically, I guess it is. I
his,
don't
ref,
know.
his referee
The
never
riff's
called for
out. The riff's
yeah,
out. So,
he never called for the bell, so
and I remember as a kid, I'm thinking, is Lex Luger joining the Dungeon of Doom? I'm like, I didn't know what was going on at this point. I knew Lex Luger turned heel. I knew Jimmy Hart turned heel. I didn't know how any of that made sense with the Dungeon of Doom.
where's Sting at? Oh wait, I forgot he had that match.
Yeah, he had the match earlier. And see, Lex Luger showing you he was never to be the one. He was never the one to be trusted.
He's just gonna take the belt, really.
That
Even
doesn't
though he's
make any
not,
sense.
even though
Any
he's
of the
not
match doesn't make
actually.
any. That makes
That's what,
none of this makes sense, dude. None of it makes sense. How's it gonna change hands by DQ? It changes hands. See, that's,
well, I don't
okay.
think it's
WCW's. I guess WCW's rules back then were that if a DQ changes hands, that doesn't make any sense.
well. I think he's just taking the belt. Like Hulk Hogan's still a champion, but
I'm about
like
to say because technically the Giant's not the champ. Hulk Hogan's still the champion.
yeah, like the ring announcer was saying that titles can't change hands on DQ or count out, but he's just taking the belt. Really,
Yeah, still on it.
he never wins it in this time period. The next champion is Randy Savage.
And you look at the camera shot. Look at this shot with Jimmy. Jimmy never touched him with the belt. You notice that? You see the replay on the from the other side. Jimmy never even touched him with the belt. He just jumped on top of Hulk Hogan and fell off of him.
Like I'm watching this clip from Brawl the Night with Dexter Loomis, and they're trying to make this like he's not even supposed to be there.
Yeah, the way they're doing it is genius. I love it. He's just invading the show.
But like he's always coming. He's coming out during AJ Styles' matches.
Yeah,
So
I'm thinking they're gonna do something with him or AJ, him and AJ. I'm thinking because
there,
AJ has the match with Bobby Lashley tonight.
yeah, for the U.S. title, yeah. And that was
Bobby is so serious.
it
Bobby is
couldn't happen.
so serious.
It couldn't happen to two. Couldn't happen to two guys. He's
Oh
clapping.
man. Bobby the Brain Heenan was the star of the show, if you ask me, man. Where's his Oscar?
Couldn't happen to two better people. The
Oh
referee,
man.
referee doesn't even know what's going on.
Nope.
No one knows what's going on really.
Well, Tony Schiavone had that right. It was one of the most bizarre endings to a pay per
Yeah,
view. It was probably the most bizarre ending you'll ever see. Man, what a show! What I forgot the twists and turns in that whole pay per view. And
yeah,
things I do remember, I do the things that did stick out to me was Lex Luger's heel turn, and Jimmy Hart's heel turn,
what a
and of
wild.
course the giant falling off the building.
That was a wild pay per view.
Yeah,
That was. Uh, well, yeah, that was pretty much it for the WCW Halloween Havoc 1995 reaction. Next week we'll be back for episodes 9 and 10 of Nitro. Uh, yeah, we'll be back Wednesday for Dynamite, Friday for Rampage.
yeah.
Uh, Make sure to follow the All Elite Zone social media accounts in the description below: Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, and Spotify to see all of our interviews, start times, and all that. But yeah, we'll see you guys Wednesday.
Thanks for tuning in, everyone. Peace.